Hey, what's up, everybody? So a couple days ago, I highlighted this little area right here. We were talking about this kind of being a fractal, and then you come down and flush the low. And we talked about $2.02. I'll play it right here.
Well, what I can do is this is what I can do. This is why Fibonacci is so helpful. I can take it from the bottom here. And if that is the top, I can take it like this and go up to the top here. And where did we hit? We hit the 2. We hit the 2 Fibonacci right around there. Okay, so let's do the same thing over here. If, just entertaining it. And we'll go up here. And where's the 2 at? The 2 is at $2.02. 2222, right? So we could be going down to $2.02.
All right, so there you go. I didn't know it was going to go to $2.02, but that's just the way the fractal presented itself, and especially in terms of when we look at the Fibonacci. So if we go to the chart, look at where we're at, guys. We're at $2.02. So, is it finished? Could be. Are we going lower? Let's take a look here. So we went up right there. Look at that. We hit the 2. The 2 on the fib level. 201, 202. So let's see if we hold. Right? I am outside, so if you hear traffic, then you'll know why. So, yeah, we came right back down to this trend line. I mean, this is it. We need to hold the line, right? Because we're at this point where it's like, man, we are dangling by a thread. We were looking so good early this morning, and then, boop, right back down. So the best thing, and we talked about going back down. The reason why, right, is because anytime you have a big crash and a big pump, you're always going to come back down. So what did I say? We need to go sideways. We need to do this. Go sideways for a while and then break out. Right? So let's take a look at some coins here. So Bitcoin actually looks okay right now. It's kind of, you can see we came down and now we're sort of holding support in here. We're going sideways. That's what we need to do. The longer we go sideways, the better. Because anytime you get these up, down, right? It's just, it's like a washing machine. And then what you need to do is sort of build a base in here and then continue, right? So let's take a look at some other ones here. Let's look at Theta for a minute. Yeah, see, Theta is a lot different here. Theta is going sideways. You can see it's going sideways. But it's a little bit concerning just because we haven't came down to test the lows yet. So if this is if this is, for example, 3 up and this is 3 down, then we can come down here, or at least somewhere around that 210 area, and then continue. Let's take a look here. Okay, so XRP, yeah. So we had that move down. We came back up looking pretty good. Wanted to see a 3-way pullback, but I'm glad we didn't, because, again, we talked a lot today about the price not immediately going up, because it's going to look like a three-wave move. It's going to look like a three-wave move, and it'd probably lead to more downside. So we don't. So I said we don't want it to go up right now. What we want it to do is what it's. Let me just put it like. What we want it to do, actually, is simply come back down, make a higher low, which we're doing, then continue doing something like this, right? And then breaking out. That is the best thing we can possibly do. So we're going to go up, we're going to come down. We're going to go up, we're going to come down. It's going to feel bullish, it's going to feel bearish. It's going to feel bullish, it's going to feel... It's just going to do that and until we either break this range, right? So that's what we want it to do in order for the price to get going. Now, if the price continues down, then I'm looking at it, one more wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rolls back up, and then 7, a 7-wave crashing structure. Then go sideways, then go. Actually, it would be more like this, kind of. And then go like that. So if we break the low. So those are the two ideas. Those are the two updated ideas. Now, if we break down, we come up, we get rejected, and then we continue going down, then we're going to 150. This is a crash, right? We're getting a liquidation event, and we're going down to at least $1.60 to somewhere between this area right here. I don't think that's what we're doing, but we could. It does. It doesn't matter what I think. The more we dangle. I mean, we're still technically doing okay here, but this could easily roll over. I just want the reason I'm making a second video is because where we are is such a dangerous place to be. I mean, we're right there, but the way this came down is sort of came down in 3, right? This looks like an ABC to me. Now, if we hit the low quickly and then come back up, that'll be okay. It doesn't look finished to me, meaning it needs to either go sideways, hit the low, then go sideways, right? And then ultimately get out of there. So the market makers are definitely doing their job as far as making people second guess what's happening here. Now, ultimately, here's the whole thing. Ultimately, zooming out, XRP, we're going to $5. We're going higher than that, right? Now, how we get there, that's a different story. Do we have to come down to $1.50 first? 3 down. We got 3 up, and then we get 1, 2, and then 3, or even 5, right? So an ABC, A, B, and C, and then we go sideways, and then we break out. That is totally possible. Or we can hold this range and then break out. But either way, I think a breakout is coming. I just don't know how that's going to look. The way in which we're going to get there. My main idea is we hold in here, and we start making our way up. after building a base. Okay, but if Bitcoin, you know, I'm kind of on, you know, when I say my main idea, I'm not saying like 100%. I'm saying like 60-40. There's a 60% chance for me that I'm thinking here. I mean, ADA looks pretty good. You know, you kind of have this little falling wedge kind of look to it, right? That's another reason I don't think we're totally gonna, you know, let's see here. We got like a little wedge right here. I like that little wedge. You also, this whole thing looks like a wedge in a way. There. So, definitely some shenanigans. So that's good. The bad thing is we're getting rejected. You can see here. You can see how we have this descending triangle, right? Boom, boom, boom. And we broke below, and then we came up, and now we're testing it as resistance. So this can easily just come crashing down. And the measured move of this triangle is approximately, you know, around that 73 to 76 cent area. So I would say about 74. And that's still another that's another 10-15% still down, which really you know, is going to shake the market, you know, because a lot of new people are in the market. They're not used to this type of behavior. So, but the psychology is the same. Human behavior is the same. So, yeah, it shall be interesting how this plays out. Let's look at a few more. Total 3. Total 3 looks better. It looks to me like, you know, as long as we're holding that support, right? Because the way I look at it is, remember the fractal we were just looking at here. Let me go to, we can go to theta. If I can find it real quick. There we go. So here's theta, and then we go back to the 12-hour chart, right? So you can see this structure here, and then we'll bump this down to the 2-hour chart. You see that? So we have our drop, we have our drop, we have a 3-wave move up, 3-wave move up, and then we have a 3-wave move down. And then we have a 3-wave move down, and it actually grabs that liquidity, but we haven't did it yet. We haven't grabbed that liquidity yet. So let's take a fractal, or let's take a FIB level and see. Let's see if I take a trend-based extension from here to here, up to here. Look at that. We hit the 1.414 right on the dot. So I'm going to do the same thing here. Boom, boom, up to here. So the 1. Whoops. Come on. The 1.414 comes right in at $875 billion. And right now, we're chilling at 926 billion. So that would be a move approximately 5.5-6% for the total 3, for the total altcoin market cap. So we could do this with all the other cryptos as well. Like if we look at, and you know, we're just using it as an example, but let's see here. There's another one we can look at that looks pretty similar. I guess this one looks pretty similar here. Doesn't look finished though. Boom, boom, and then boom. So this is fetch. The 1.414 comes in at $1.13, so that's still a ways away. So we have 3 up, and you get 3 down, and then go. Somewhere around that area, using that metric. Jupiter doesn't have that same look to it. QNT does. QNT actually looks really similar. Look at that. Boom, boom. You can see that right there. Right? We got 3. We got 3. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Another way to measure it is like this. Probably should have did it this way. From here to here and then back up to here. So that was actually a perfect one-to-one extension. Let's see what QNT says. We have here up to here. Is that the one-to-one? Look at that. We're at the one-to-one extension. So maybe this is the bottom. Maybe we're right here. Right? It's a one-to-one just like what Theta did, and that was the pivot right here. So is this the pivot? I don't know. We'll find out. I hope it is. It's definitely a very sketchy place. Like, I don't mind buying the dip, but right now it just feels really sketchy. I'd really much rather it. You can see like, whoops. You could see Theta, for example. We didn't build a base here, right? When we came down, we didn't go sideways and then go up. We immediately went up instantly. So if we get a very big reversal here, and we actually take that high, and you can see this pullback right here, I would wait for that pullback to be very conservative with it. So anyways, I just wanted to come in and weigh in here a little bit. Theta Fuel. Yeah, you can see Theta Fuel is dumping here, and it looks like a head and shoulders all day. So let's see, what's the one-to-one extension here from here to here? So we're not even near the one-to-one with Theta Fuel. We would still have to come all the way down here to nail it around that 5.059 area. I'm just looking at a couple of them. Same thing with this one here, near. Yeah, the one-to-one extension. So that would be a decent DCA for me, would be the one-to-one. So if I just draw this right along here, we come down, we come up, we grab that liquidity just like what Theta did. We broke this area and then we V-shaped out of there. Got everybody bearish. So we could have an incredible buying opportunity either tonight or tomorrow morning or even the next day, right around in this area. That's idea 1, right? If we get that reversal, or idea 2, you know, we sort of just kind of like build a base in here, you know, maybe like a Wyckoff and then continue, right? So those are the 2 bullish ideas. The bearish idea, again, would be this is 3 up, and then we get, or actually, this is a impulse. So we have a 1, whoops. We have a 1, 2, 3. This is a 4, and then this is a 1, 2, and now we're about to drop for 3, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then make a retrace. No matter what, I think we're going to make a retracement back to these highs. So it's all about how do we get there? Do we have to come down and get there? Do we do that fractal analysis? I mean, I'm given a lot of different perspectives of how it could work. So I'm not here to tell you which one it's going to be. I don't know which one's it going to be. We have to track it. We have to wait. We have to see how it plays out. Let's look at Bitcoin real quick and then yeah, Bitcoin's still holding up here. And you had that bullish divergence, didn't you? Yeah, even it was on the 4-hour and the 8-hour. So from here down, and then from here up. It's not that strong on the 8-hour. But on the 4-hour, it's pretty strong. So, yeah, it just doesn't. Bitcoin just doesn't look right. It doesn't look good to me at the moment. So, again, the best thing Bitcoin can do is just kind of go sideways here and then start working its way up, building that structure in here, that accumulation structure. Or what we're going to do is a fractal of what we did back here. Look at this. Remember our fractal here? Bars in that right there. Boom. Let's take this. So if we look at it from this perspective, right? Let's put it kind of up here for a minute. Trying to match it up a little bit. There we go. So you can kind of see what happened in here. You know, we had a little bit of a sideways thing, and then we broke down, we came up, we got rejected. Same thing here, kinda. We got rejected, and then we had one more final flush. So if we have one more final flush, and then we shoot up and then we flag out, we could really then kind of mimic what happened over here. So it ain't over yet. It ain't over until the fat lady sings, as they say. So, you know, it to me, Bitcoin looks way worse than the altcoins. Even if Bitcoin's going to drop down, I still think we could have a nice move up. And as far as a retracement, or even a fifth wave. But during that time, I think we can get a bigger all season. You know, if you look at the monthly returns, you can see January is pretty dang green in here. But then look at February. February is even better, right? February is really good, actually. And also March and also April. And then once you get into May, June, July, August, and September, that's when it gets pretty bad. And then, you know, October, November, December, you know, it's pretty good, pretty decent, but not as good as the first 3 months of the year. The first 3 months of the year is really good, especially for Ethereum. And if Ethereum can get going, the rest of the altcoins are really going to get going as well. So the big thing is, do we have to come down and tag that low, like for XRP, you know, $1.60, $1.50, and then continue? Does Bitcoin have to kind of go sideways? You know, there's a lot of things we're looking for, but hang on tight. We'll get there and we'll figure it out. So anyway, that'll do it. I will remember, not financial advice. I could be wrong, and I'm not saying any one thing anyway. So, but just wanted to give this update just because, you know, tonight we could see a move. But hopefully we hold those lows. Anyways, I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.